What? Let's do the T-shirt giveaway this segment, and we'll just flip things around real quick. This comes to us from Mark Pollard. He's liked us out on Facebook. He went out to the Car Doctor Facebook page, and he liked us. And he asked the question, hey, Ron, I've got a 2004 Volvo XC90 with a T6 auto that started smoking intermittently. My son-in-law called me asking why it was doing so. When I first started it, there's a light amount of smoke that passes quickly as if there's a little oil in the cylinders when first starting, but clears up. However, on long trips after 3 to 5 hours on a road trip, it will smoke profusely. Is there a seal in the turbo that starts to allow oil to pass through when under long-term stress, or is there a more complex problem, or is there a simple one? I'll tell you what, Mark, and by the way, you're going to be getting a Car Doctor T-shirt. We need you to reply to us, Ron, at cardoctorshow.com, so we can send you out. If you give us your name and address, we'll send you out a T-shirt. There's a couple of things going on here. Number one, and this is a real common problem with Volvos, but they have a crankcase ventilation system that everybody seems to forget about, and the least little bit of crankcase pressure will cause issues like this. It needs to be checked with, well, a very fancy vacuum gauge. It's called a manometer. It measures in inches of water, not inches of vacuum. It's very, very sensitive. And what somebody would need to do is, if it shows a higher than normal reading, they would need to clean the crankcase vent, which is part of the banjo bolt assembly going up to the oil trap. So there is a bulletin out there from Volvo, technical bulletin 20-05, I'm sorry, and you may end up having to remove the oil pan depending upon how badly clogged up or restricted up this particular engine is. So it can be an issue. Could this be in the turbocharger? Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, a lot of the cases with the Volvos was that the crank ventilation, what we might normally call PCV or positive crankcase ventilation back in the old days, isn't cleaned or maintained. And it makes the argument for doing good oil changes or normal oil changes, and also doing them using good quality oil. And that's one of the reasons, you know, let's just bring it right up to the table. Pennzoil. You start talking about Pennzoil. If you go out to Pennzoilsynthetics.com, you'll see one of the conversations they have is how clean their synthetics will help keep an engine and the way they're rated. You know, you hear me talk about pistons and keeping pistons clean and keeping the inside of the engine clean. On an older car like this is one of the advantages of using a good quality synthetic. And right now, according to data and statistics, Pennzoil's a cleaner synthetic than Mobil 1, which I know everybody loves and raves about so much. But, you know, I go by the numbers. I'm a numbers guy. So keeping in mind that cleaning the crankcase vent, possibly having to drop the pan and clean it there, taking a look for any other sludge issues around the engine. This could be a crankcase pressure problem causing it to smoke like that. Could also be a turbo, could be a tired engine. You know, it's got a fair amount of miles on it. But my point being that some of the simple things can be just cleaning that vent valve and then going ahead and switching to a different oil, possibly using Pennzoil synthetic, might help clean this engine up and stop the problem from happening or slow it down. And if you're looking for more information about Pennzoil Synthetics, get out to Pennzoilsynthetics.com. Mark, send me an email, Ron at cardoctorshow.com, and I will be glad to send you out a Car Doctor T-shirt. Thanks for liking our Facebook page, and thanks for asking the question and be a member of the Car Doctor Nation. Let's get over to the phones. Let's go over and talk to William in Cornelius, North Carolina, 95 Toyota Land Cruiser. William, how can I help you? Ron Ananian, the Car Doctor, at your service.
Hey, yeah,